Welcome back to tonight's Sad Reality, or today's Sad Reality, because it's a little afternoon, I suppose. And, today I've got something more interesting to talk about. I know last night I said I was going to talk about video progress on the main channel stuff. And you know what? I've got a story to talk about because I feel like this is kind of relevant as I miss half the shots on screen. Wow, okay, this is gonna actually... Oh my gosh. This is gonna be so bad comparatively. Like, the score I had before this was like 100k. Even then, I feel like that's still pretty mid. I think you get more points for accuracy than you do for, everything else. I don't know. I'm not really a big FPS guy. Regardless, so here's the story I have. In life, sometimes you have to pick up the slack. I don't think of this, or I guess there's no better way I would explain this than an FPS game where you always have that one friend who gets aces, and then you have the one friend who, like, brings the entire leaderboard down. And, truth is, that's going to be very common in a lot of games, a lot of workplaces, whatever. You have the one person that does 90% of the work, and then you have the two people that do, I mean, they don't do stuff, I guess. But as far as the team goes, that's why teams exist, right? That's kind of, I guess. A group of people collectively doing well. And me personally, political views aside, whatever, I feel like teams don't work as well as they might, as they possibly could sometimes. When you think about overall efficiency, you can reduce the redundancy or the parts that bring things down pretty considerably in a lot of cases, like from an engineering standpoint anyways. But so let's take a team for example, team of editors that I have, and I don't really know anything about the work that they've been doing other than it's not done, right? I gave them a task and I said, hey, however you want to do this, get it done by probably about 3 days ago. If we can't, oh no, I guess we'll fix it, or we'll figure it out, or something. So, for me, that means a few things. For starters, I have to go figure out where everything went wrong. The other thing it kind of means, too, is the people who do really well, I want to put them in a position where they can succeed and do more, if that makes sense. I've told people, too, I'm like, hey, if I pay money for a video and it goes to a team, is it really fair to pay everyone equally if people aren't doing equal work, right? And I understand it's like, well, we give everyone the same share, people don't get mad. And personally, I feel like money always screws things up a lot. Also, that burst went way faster than I was anticipating it. I was watching another video of the guy who made, like, the exoskeletal neuro aim assist thing, whatever, neuromuscular exoskeletal aim assist. I thought that video was really cool. I was thinking about playing a game like this just because I was like, oh my gosh, this is an FPS game without being an FPS game. It's probably just barely runnable on my laptop so I can record this. When I think about my workplace, there's a lot of things that come to mind. There's a lot of people who don't do work, and then you end up having to clean up after those people. A quick example is there was this one guy who doesn't normally work on front end, and we pretty much told him everything to do, and then there's some things he just wouldn't do anyways even after we told him, and we're like, why? Where's the competency issue coming from, right? Like, when I think of a skill issue, that is kind of the ultimate skill issue. When you're told to do something, like, oh hey, if someone returns something, there's an extra receipt that prints off, be sure to put it in this little folder thingy. I took my hand off the mouse for a second, and then everything messes up. But just, like, it's not hard to do that. And then he would put it in, like, the folder on another register, and then this creates problems down the road. So the kind of justification. The moral of the story being, it literally would have been better for him not to have been sitting behind a register. Like, if we were down a person, it would have been better off because it created more work for people in the future to try to figure out where everything kind of got messed up. Oh, I guess I hit next task instead of replay. Hey, look at this. We're doing tasks I haven't done yet. Oh my gosh. This is gonna cause me to get way too into it. I'm gonna go back to Pentakill. I like this, but we're doing Pentakill. This recently played Pentakill. Wow. So as far as new people go, like, I'll just say I started at 15 bucks an hour, and I think most people do as well. I'm pretty sure it's fine to put out there. That's a nice rate, admittedly. But that said, there are expectations, right? It's like, hey, we gotta do things, and we gotta make the store look good. We gotta sell. We've got to hit deadlines, you know? When I think of games like Repo and all the other, I mean, what? I'm thinking of, what's at my tongue? Lethal Company? Yeah, all the games like that, I'm just like, there's a reason why there's a team doing these things, but you will notice if you really pay attention, sure, it's just a bunch of people screwing around. Some people will do more than other people. Some people are really competitive, some people take it too far, and then it becomes fun. But there's a nice, healthy balance in there, I think, where you don't have to be the guy to do it all, but you have to do at least what you ought to do, you know? And again, when I think about if the product of a team is not doing what they said they were going to do repeatedly, then you kind of have to, in a sense, break it apart to figure out why are we facing straight up? To figure out where everything went wrong. That's kind of important. And some days you do really have to get up and say, hey, I'm going to pick up where other people left off. I'm going to clean up after my coworkers because someone has to, right? And sure, that means maybe a bit of an inconvenience for you, but what it does mean is you're conveniencing other people. It's like, hey, if I make the store look a little bit nicer, maybe 1 or 2 customers don't get sick. And whereas if they do get sick, well, maybe it's our fault, you know? Maybe a really dumb example, but for consideration, that's why I've always had the mentality of you might as well work as hard as you can. And sure, maybe some days you don't feel like you're getting paid the best, you feel like things could be better, but there's, in my opinion, absolutely no reason not to give your absolute best all the time, 100% of the time. When I was younger, there was a program I did, it was called Y Guides. It's kind of like Boy Scouts without the Boy Scouts part, I guess. And there was something that we had to say, we're basically like, hey, we're going to, every place we go, we're going to make it look a little bit better than before we were there. And to me, I think that's a really good mentality to have in life. It's like saying, hey, this park, the benches were kind of messed up, they're flipped over, I'm going to pick them up, and I'm going to make this look just slightly better than it was before, you know? And maybe I'm inconveniencing myself and taking 5 minutes out of my day, but that's maybe saving someone else time. Like, think for a second if the person that comes after you, say they're disabled and they're not able to pick up the bench, well, maybe, you know, it's like, think the possibility is kind of what I'm getting at. We never know the circumstances other people are going through, but we do know is ourselves, at least kind of, and at the very least, I feel like that leads credence to the thought that we should do what we can with what we have where we are. I don't remember which president said that, but yeah. So, that said, be sure to pick up where other people left off. Try not to get too mad when that happens, because naturally it will happen, but it's like, suffer through it with a smile on your face, and you'll be that much better for it. So, thanks for watching. I'm going to keep it fairly short today. We'll see if deadlines are hit tonight. I kind of doubt it, and we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Life's not over because of one small thing, but doesn't mean it can't be better, so. Have a good one, y'all. I'll see you in tomorrow's Sad Reality.